this on? Hello? Does anyone know? Is this on? Hello? Testing. 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 Hello? Fuck. Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? It's the Above It All show today. It's another day where we talk about the news on this news show. This is what I do, I guess. People want me to be here to do a news show, and I thought I would do it. I thought I'd give the people what they ask for. And so welcome to the Above It All program. We're going to be talking about things, and once we're done talking about things, of course, we're going to get into the stuff portion of the program. So, welcome, everybody. So I got myself a lime LaCroix at this moment. I got this cup. Got 22 people, according to YouTube anyway. That's what the screen tells me. 22 people. Like, imagine if I had 22 people. Like, in my room. Like, do you think y'all would fit in this room? I mean, it'd be a COVID nightmare, of course, but just physically speaking, you think you can get 22 people in here? 21. My apologies. Someone was like, whoa, not enough room. I gotta get out of here. So, but anyway, welcome to the show today, everybody. Gonna be talking about things today. It's a new show. Today, actually, there's a new show. I'd like to start off by saying I will not be here tomorrow. So, if you wanted me to be here tomorrow, oh well, that sucks for you, because I will not be here tomorrow. Goddamn. It's a news program, I guess, right? Like, is that what I'm even, I don't know. But I guess it's a news program. Drink some more coffee here. Good day to play old Sierra point and click games. There we go. I want to start today's program off with the big news today, because this is going to be stuff that we all have to deal with probably for maybe a week, 2 weeks, just until the next one. But there was another mass shooting that occurred in Tennessee, because, it's always one of these fucking fucked up states. It's every state, though. But it's always one of these fucked up states. So we have a New York Times article. What we know about the Nashville school shooting. So we got more dead kids, which is always great for waking up in America. We got some more dead kids. That's always good news. And they're in Nashville. So think about the future implication. I know that you know that no one cares about mass shootings. Let's just be honest about that. Let's start this all off. Like, this is entertainment. You know how like the news has like tabs, like, breaking news, sports, science, entertainment. Like, this is the entertainment section for me, or mass shootings. You can go back and watch me cover any amount of mass shootings. This is the entertainment section. Like, you scroll over into the comic section right next door to the entertainment section, where we talk about, oh no, there's more dead kids in America, and people are going to pretend like it's such an outrage, when we all know none of us give a fuck about dead kids. I don't give a fuck about dead kids. You don't give a fuck about dead kids. To be honest with you, I certainly don't give a fuck about dead, like, nuns at some church school. But anyway, let's read this bullshit, because we're going to have to deal with this, for, what, a week? How long? On average, how long does America care about a mass shooting? Week? Maybe? Well, on average, I'd say never, right? Because there's been, like, what, 200 mass shootings this year? And how many? Right, but, one of these kinds of mass shootings, a school shooting. Yeah, that maybe we might get 3 weeks out of this one, maybe a little bit. But this school shooting has an extra twist, a little bonus points. It's almost like, it's almost like there's a key fact of this mass shooting that might extend it in its media lifespan from 0 to 1 days all the way. Maybe, again, we might get 3 weeks out of this, but obviously only time will tell. But let's read. What does the New York Times have to say? Let's all get educated and informed today, everybody. Federal and local investigators in Nashville were working on Tuesday to piece together clues about the actions and motives of the shooter who killed 3 students and 3 adults at a private school before being shot dead by the police. The assailant, who opened fire at the Christian Elementary School in Nashville on Monday, was identified by officials as Audrey E. Hale. I don't know if they have another name, not sure. A 28-year-old former student who lived in the area. So, let me get this straight. What does a former student mean? Like, are we all why? What is the descriptor of former student? Like, we're all former students, right? Like, does every headline on every person that's ever former student Donald Trump, does former student this and that, right? So I would imagine former student indicates that they went to this Christian school. That's my reading of the situation, because I don't understand how former student, although accurate, I don't understand why that would be part of that. So I would like to offer this as a counterpoint to the Republican mainstream media narrative, because that's really what it is. It's the mainstream media narrative on the Republican side. They're all just a bunch of fucking sheep. They just, what did the Daily Wire tell me to say? Got it. But my counterpoint is that maybe going to a Christian school is what fucks people up enough that they'd want to go and commit a mass shooting. Just food for thought, right? You grow up in a school being told that you're going to go to hell if you make a single mistake. Hell for all eternity! I mean, that's crazy ass shit. So I'm just saying this, right? Out of all the reasons as to why we could speculate why someone would go about and commit a school shooting, maybe the idea of being born and raised by Christian psychopaths could have had something to do with it. Food for thought. The Nashville police chief, John Drake, said on Monday that the attack was targeted rather than random, but that it was too early to discuss a possible motive. Local and federal investigators working on the case were reviewing writings and had made contact with the shooter's father, Chief Drake said. The school, called the Covenant School, is in the wealthy Green Hills neighborhood of Nashville, a few miles south of downtown, and enrolls about 200 students in preschool through 6th grade. The attack on Monday was the 13th school shooting in the United States this year. I think we've had 13 of these motherfuckers this year. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's news to me. Like, I remember, like, what, 3 or 4 of these? But 13 school shootings so far? That's not bad, you know? That's not bad. What happened? the police received a report of the shooting at 10:13 a.m. on Monday and heard gunshots on the second floor when they arrived at the school. The assailant had entered the building through a side door, armed with 2 assault-style rifles and a handgun, and went from the first floor to the second floor, firing, quote, multiple shots. Everybody. Mr. Aaron said officers went to the second floor, saw the assailant shooting, and 2 officers opened fire. So that's actually news, though. This is the news portion. Cops actually shot and killed someone who's in a school shooting. That's news. In America, that's shocking. Breaking news. Police actually stopped a school shooter. Maybe that can justify their fucking gigantic police fucking budgets, right? Let's keep going. Surveillance video released by police on Monday showed the shooter drive up to the school in what the police described as a Honda Fit. In the clip, 2 sets of glass doors shatter from bullets before the shooter ducks into the building. I love this creative language. I feel like I'm reading the novelization of some, like, war shit or some shit. Like, ducks into the building through the broken glass, wearing camouflage pants, a black vest, and a black red baseball cap. The shooter walks through rooms and hallways with a weapon drawn. Like, yo, creative writing, man. This is pretty good. Someone call Tom Clancy, man. Like, I'm serious. Whoever wrote this article, they've got a future. Adil Hassan, you got a future in those war novel bullshits. School children, blah, blah, blah. Who are the victims? Police identified 6 victims. We got 3 dead kids and 3 dead adults. Now, I'm going to be honest with you again. I don't give a shit about any of this. Now, the dead kids, we can have a conversation about it. Oh, boo-hoo, dead kids. I say 3 dead kids. There's 3 dead kids almost every day in America from some fucking violent act or another, right? So, you know, that's not that shocking. But 3 dead adults, I don't give a shit about them. They're working at a Christian school. That's a net negative as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a fuck about the 3 dead adults. I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck about anyone dying, but especially 3 dead nuns. Like, I mean, talk on the list of groups of people that I don't give a fuck about being killed. I'm just saying, okay? I don't give a shit about any of this. But maybe that makes me a little crazy. Maybe that makes me a little, jaded? Nihilistic? I don't know. I've done a news show for not that long, 3-4 years now, and I've seen literally hundreds of these school shootings. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So, hey, maybe it takes the shooter being trans to make something happen? Maybe? But I'm not holding my hat out that a transgender school shooter is going to make Republicans rethink their whole policy on guns and send it all the way up to chain to the Republican fucking goddamn congressional members to say, oh, there was a transgender shooter, everybody. Now's the time. This whole guns thing, let's finally do something about it. That's not going to happen, right? So none of this fucking matters. It's just a distraction. Let's keep going. What do we know about the shooter? The authorities identified the shooter as Audrey E. Hale. Again, I'm not sure if they have another name. The police said they had found writings and detailed maps of the school and its security protocols. Again, I mean, well thought out, right? The assailant was prepared for a confrontation with law enforcement. Well, apparently not. As we can see, he got killed by cops. I mean, talk about a gigantic L. At least the Columbine shooters killed themselves, right? I'm just saying. I'm just being honest, right? Like, come on now. Like, you getting killed, like, quote, prepared for a confrontation with law enforcement. Come on now. Obviously not. That's not the case. Chief Drake said at least 2 of the guns used in the shooting appeared to have been purchased legally in the Nashville area. Well, isn't that great? Right? Wow. A legal gun purchase committed a mass shooting. Who would have thought, right? In the aftermath of the shooting, there was confusion about the shooter's gender identity. Chief Drake said the shooter identified as transgender. I love this, identified as transgender. That's the other thing about whenever there's like some high profile news story that involves a trans person, I don't give a shit what it is, right? Trans person being killed, doesn't matter. Trans person being mutilated, doesn't matter. Trans person being raped, doesn't matter. Trans person, being sent to the wrong prison, doesn't matter, right? Every time there's a trans person in a news story at all, we have to deal with this fucking identified. Bro, people walk on eggshells trying to figure out how they're going to talk about the subject. How about this? Some crazy motherfucker shoots up a school. What else is new? It's fucking America. How about that as a fucking possible way that we can discuss this fucking news story? Wow, some other fucking dumb bitch motherfucking crazy person shot up a school. Whoa, I mean, like, again, this happens, like, apparently, according to this article, 13 times this year. This happens once a week. How many weeks have we had in this year? Has it even been the 13th week of this year? Jesus fucking Christ. Right, they got weekly school shootings. It doesn't matter. The details of this aren't, it doesn't matter. Right, but again, Republicans are going to make a lot of big stink about this. Oh, the transgenders are killing our children. Oh! And we're just going to have to put up with it. Because that's what it's like being in America. We just have to put up with that. Right? We can have dozens and dozens of neo-Nazi shooters. They don't give a shit. Dozens and dozens of white men shooting up schools. Doesn't matter. The moment it's an immigrant, the moment it's someone who's not white, the moment it's someone who's not cisgender, but, like, again, we have weekly fucking school shootings. So, again, I don't really care about this. And, again, anyone watching this, you don't care about this. But it's in the news, so we gotta talk about it. Gotta get your clicks, everybody. Gotta get on the front page, writing off your news stories. Oh boy, school shooting. Wow. Yeah, who cares? It was some Christian school. I don't give a fuck. I mean, again, I don't give a fuck about any of these mass shootings anymore. I do a news show, and I'm in America. Like, why would I care about mass shootings? Like, I already know government's not going to do anything about it. I'd rather spend my time and energy caring about something else where maybe action could be had. And that's certainly not gun control debates in this country. No one's going to do anything about gun control. And what could they do? Let's assume the government was going to finally bring school shootings to a zero. How would they do that? Go to every house in America and do a full-scale search of every room in every building and every house in America and search for guns and take them all back? Like, no, that's not going to happen. Plus, that doesn't even, like, account for 3D printed guns, right? So, again, we are living in America. We just have to deal with the fact that this country is a fucking war zone and nothing will be done about it. So, if you don't want your kid to die in a school shooting, how about this? Don't have kids. I don't know, man. You have a kid in America, you run the risk of your kid getting killed in a school shooting. That's just something you have to think about. My kid might die from tonsillitis, whatever the fuck, appendix, whatever shit. My kid might get sick, or my kid might die in a school shooting. I mean, again, you chose to have a child in the United States of America, so cry me a fucking river or leave the fucking country. I don't know what to tell you. Like, we live in a goddamn, like, fucking, like, military, like, insane country where there's, like, militarized police with, like, fucking guns and cannons and fucking goddamn, like, tanks and shit running down the streets in multiple cities in America, right? Killing people left and right, killing the wrong person, killing people that, like, they don't give a shit. We got the military, right, that gets deployed when we have a Republican president domestically to, like, shoot the fucking shit and kill journalists for no reason, right? We live in a war zone in this country. Every single American is both dumb as shit because they have a low IQ because our education system is fucking garbage and it teaches people nothing at all. And the food that they eat is poisoned, right? We have to deal with leaded water. We have to deal with leaded gasoline. We still have to deal with the repercussions of that. Obviously there's not lead in gas anymore, but still a lot of people that are alive in the United States were around when we had leaded gasoline, right? We just live in a country of fucking goddamn insane, stupid fucking freaks with a bunch of guns. And I don't know, man. Either you leave the country or you just realize nothing's gonna fucking be done about this shit. So again, ooh, it's a transgender shooter. Wow! Whoa! Hey, maybe this will spur Republicans into actually trying to do something about it, but probably not, right? Because let's be honest, they don't give a fuck about school shootings either. No one does. So anyway, next. It's my news story. It's doing a news show today. chemical spill in the water coming to Philly. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I mean, good for you, Vitingale, but I can't be bothered to expend any mental energy on this stuff anymore. So, good for you, but not for me. Anyway, let's talk about this fucking shit. Are you an American? Well, so am I. And if you're an American, chances are you don't support traditional patriotic values, at least according to a new poll. This is on foxnews.com. Importance of traditional American values has plummeted across the U.S. Poll shows the importance of patriotism and faith has dropped like a rock. Now this is one of those things that I read this and I'm like, maybe there's hope for this fucking shitty fucking goddamn country. Maybe there's hope. Faith is dropping. Fuck yeah. Fuck faith. Patriotism is dropping. Fuck yeah. Fuck patriotism and fuck this stupid ass fucking country. But let's read some details because there's some bangers in this poll. At least, again, this is the Fox News version of what they're showing from this poll, right? So we're getting a good bang for our buck here. The importance of traditional American values has plummeted in the U.S. in recent decades, according to a new poll from the Wall Street Journal. The Monday poll questioned U.S. respondents about the importance of patriotism, religious faith, and having children, and other traditional U.S. metrics. The poll found that just 39% of Americans say their religious faith is very important to them, and 38% say patriotism is very important. So this is something that's interesting, because we know that about, 80% of the country are religious, but about half of them don't really care about their religion. What is that shit? That's my target demographic, right? Hey, you are someone who answered the poll. Religion's not that important to you, but you still kind of believe in God. Come and join my show, everybody. Please tell them to subscribe, because I want to know, you believe in God and you believe in an afterlife or whatever, but that's not important. You believe that there's heaven and hell, and that if you make a mistake, you go to hell. That's not important to you? It's almost like you don't actually believe it, but you're too much of a fucking pussy freak to just tell other people, yeah, by the way, I don't believe in this shit. Because, my community, my family would judge me if they knew I didn't believe in God, right? I don't know, man. Seems to me like a lot of these people are on the right path. That said, let's continue. The Wall Street Journal compared those numbers. It says ought. I mean, this is not me. It says ought. Look at this shit. This is some fucking devil speak. You know how Satan speaks backwards or whatever? This is some goddamn devil ass speak. The WSJ compared those numbers ought the first time it ran the poll in 1998, when 62% of Americans said religion was very important to them, and 70% said patriotism was very important. Imagine for any fucking single solitary second in your life thinking, you know what's really important to me? Patriotism. Jesus fucking Christ. Talk about someone that has no fucking goddamn shit going on upstairs. The only thing I care about is my country. Well, guess what? Your fucking country hasn't cared about you in centuries, if ever at all. So, how about that? That makes you a fucking loser. Anyway, let's keep going. Meanwhile, a plurality of respondents reported that the U.S. has not gone far enough in promoting equality between men and women, accepting people who are gay, lesbian, or bisexual, or promoting racial and ethnic diversity in businesses. And then it shows you the two Americas. The two Americas! I love this where they try to do this. Come the fuck on, man. These are flags that are in different categories. That's like comparing a fucking horse and buggy to a fucking bullet train. Well, there's two methods of fucking transportation. We got two methods. Well, I mean, actually, I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's actually a bad analogy. Because, if you're trying to go from point A to point B, a bullet train is objectively superior. That said, maybe it's a good analogy. But anyway. My point here is that these are in two different categories. But anyway, let's keep going. Nevertheless, a large plurality of respondents reported that American society has already gone too far in accommodating people who are transgender. Huh. Wow. Check this one out. This is what I talk about useless fucking liberals, by the way. Like, this is a minority of people that hate transgender people, but the liberals are so fucking useless that they let a minority be the plurality because they're just fucking stupid losers who don't have any actual political beliefs. 43% saying that that's the case. Has gone too far. 43% of the country think we've gone too far. What does that mean, though? We went too far. First of all, who's we? And where did we go? What happened? Can we quantify and exactly delineate what made us go from just far enough to too far? When did that occur? Less than 25% said the U.S. has gotten the issue about right, and 33% say society needs to accommodate transgender people more. Wow. 25% said that we've gotten the issue about right. Again, useless, dumb fuck liberals. As always, with every segment that I do, it always comes down to liberals being useless fucking losers. Shit on my shoes. Liberals are fucking useless. They're useless. They're useless. So when Republicans are like, we want to execute and eradicate transgender people, liberals are like, well, I don't know. Maybe the pronouns are a little bloop, 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 bloop. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Roughly 50% of respondents had a very or somewhat unfavorable view of being asked to use transgender pronouns. What does that mean, to use transgender pronouns? What does that mean? So, okay, check this out. 50% of respondents don't like being asked to use transgender pronouns. What does that mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. The idea that 50% of the country has ever met a transgender person, I don't even believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that half of Americans have actually met a transgender person. I don't believe that. So in what context are they being asked to do transgender pronouns? And what is a transgender pronoun? Are we talking about like the xenogender shit, like Z-zer, right? Because what is the difference between a pronoun and a transgender pronoun? Unless you're talking about the neo pronouns, well, that's a whole different discussion. But that even goes further. How many Americans have met somebody that uses xeno pronouns or neo pronouns, whatever it is, right? How many people? Like I have only met like 3 people. I'm on the internet. I'm like in every transgender space in the world. And I've only met like 3 people that I've ever actually talked to in any serious way that use neo pronouns, right? So you're telling me that the average everyday American is just awash with people that go by Z-zer and that they don't like it? No, that doesn't happen. They're just making it up, right? So, but what does that mean to use transgender pronouns? So when any like, what about, okay, one of my favorite examples. You invite your friend over and they misgender your dog. And then you say, well, actually, my dog is a boy. Or actually, my dog's a girl. Whatever. How many people would just go like, oh, I'm so sorry, and immediately switch? Like, I'm just saying, think about it. How many people have seen a dog, thought that they were whatever, right? Because, like, come on, they're dogs. Like, have you ever met someone that's like, oh, I'm so used to calling your dog a he, him. Sorry. Oh, he, I mean, she, I mean, have you ever met someone do this with a dog? No, because they just immediately switch the pronoun in their head because it's natural. But when it comes to human beings, all of a sudden, whoa! Because, again, people are fucking stupid in this country. People are fucking stupid. So what is a transgender pronoun? A transgender pronoun doesn't exist. Okay? This is what we call a push-pull. There's no such thing as a transgender pronoun. And the idea that half of Americans have even ever met someone who's ever asked them to use a pronoun that they are maybe unfamiliar with, that's just not real. None of this is real. So really what this means is 50% of Americans are so fucking stupid, and they get all of their fucking information from right-wing mainstream media that they cannot and will not form their own opinion. Half of Americans are dumber than dog shit. Now, again, I personally believe that number is more like 90, 95% of Americans are dumber than dog shit. But at least for this poll, half is the number we're dealing with. Confirmed. So dumb that if they dropped off the face of the planet, the net IQ of the whole fucking population would increase exponentially, right? So again, 18% had a favorable view, 32% said they were neutral on the issue. So what does that mean? I have a favorable view of being asked to use transgender pronouns. I don't even understand that either. Like, I'm going to be honest. What the fuck does that mean? Okay. Oh, yeah, when someone asks me to use transgender pronouns, whatever that means, by the way. So, in essence, it doesn't mean anything. So, when someone asks me to use a certain set of pronouns, I'm very excited. Like, who's fucking excited about that? Like, the correct answer in this one is neutral. Who cares? Like, it's just an everyday part of speech. Like, whoa, someone asked me to use pronouns? Wow! Like, they start juggling. Like, the carnival music starts playing. They're just happy to be alive. Like, what? So, but I know those are the people, they're virtue signaling. They're trying to be, like, the pollster really is the problem here. But, again, look, I don't know, man. This shit is fucking funny as hell. All right, let's keep going. The WSJ poll, conducted alongside NORC at the University of fucking Chicago, surveyed 1,000 Americans between March 1 and 13. The poll reported a margin of error of 4.1%. Jesus. The poll is only the latest in a series of surveys that have found a drop in patriotism. I love that drop in fucking patriotism. Anyway. So notice, it's Fox News, so they talk about fucking patriotism, religion, and the transgenders. But anyway, once again, I'm done with Americans. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't care. I don't care about Americans. I don't care about you. I think you're garbage. I think your country is garbage. Your culture is garbage. Your traditional values are garbage. Your God is garbage. Your religion is garbage. Your leaders are garbage. Your fucking icons are garbage. Your history is garbage. America fucking sucks. I hate America, and more importantly, I hate Americans. So I say, wow, great use of our time producing this filler content, but hey, what else am I going to do for an hour? So there you go. God damn. Oh. God damn. You ever really just sit back and think about your fucking life? How did we get here? How did I get to the point where I wake up in the morning, right, high as fucking shit because for whatever reason I ingested marijuana like 13 hours ago and I'm still fucked up? And I get on here and I talk about fucking stupid fucking garbage that doesn't fucking matter to anyone about anything, but people watch it for some fucking reason. Like, is this entertaining? Is this entertaining for you? Like, do you enjoy this, or are you just here out of habit? Why don't you change your habits? Why don't you try shifting things up? No, because you're not. You can't because, I don't know, whatever personal reason you've constructed in your mind to prevent you from doing anything better with your fucking life. Whatever. But anyway, I mean, I just don't care about any of this. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't care about any of this. There's sometimes I come on here, like, when I'm talking about, like, health, I care about that, because that's something that's actionable. Like, if someone can hear this is what I fucking hate. about politics, you know, is that we all fucking talk about a bunch of stupid fucking trash, and we never fucking inform anybody. I'm talking about every political fucking news show ever. Any single one you've ever watched. It's just like, here's something that's bad that happened today, and you can't do anything. Like, sometimes you find people that will say, hey, call your senator, call your state senator, call your fucking goddamn council person. And that's actually something. That's something. Is it really actually going to move the needle? Maybe. The debate is still, I'm down to debate that, but at least that's something. But I mean, like, you know, you think about it, like, when and how are we going to fucking get people to do something? I don't know. But I don't know what fucking shit you people watch. I don't know what shows you watch. But just think about it. When's the last time you've watched a piece of content online and changed your life as a result? Like, I mean, you know, I get people saying, hey, I tried a fast, you know, because you were talking about it. That's something. That's actionable. That's action. Someone watched my show and they're like, I'm going to give this fucking stupid shit a shot because she seems to be excited about it. That's action. But when you're watching a political show, there's no action. You're just watching, this political commentator said something crazy. And this politician said something crazy. And then, right? Like, no one does anything. No one does anything. And the things that they do are barely doing anything. I don't know, man. Like, is the best we're gonna get calling our state senator? Is that really where we're gonna be at? Because that was the best we had 10 years ago. That was the best we had 20 years ago. Oh, call your state senator. Oh, call your state senator. Are we gonna be calling our state senator when a fucking goddamn super tornado is destroying the entire continent of fucking goddamn, I don't even know, just pick a continent? Are we still gonna call our city councilwoman and complain when the goddamn fucking hurricanes are sweeping the entire state of Wyoming onto fucking Mars? Are we really gonna be, yeah, call your state senator? Really? Wow. Jesus fucking Christ. But anyway, let's get into some more filler content so that I can scrape off some fucking goddamn ad revenue from people that click on my YouTube clips. So there's some new scoops about Twitter. Are we Twitter users? Raise your hand if you're a Twitter user, everybody. Raise your hand. All right, now leave the fucking room. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to any goddamn Twitter users, okay? There's some news on Twitter. Elon Musk says only paid subscribers will show up in your Twitter For You feed. Now, first of all, you shouldn't be using the For You feed. You should be using the latest feed, as long as it still exists, right? I know, he's going to remove that at some point. The entire purpose of why Twitter was good in the first place, he's going to remove it at some point. He's phasing it out, right? You can't just remove it in one swoop. But, man, oh man. So I want to explore a conspiracy that I personally am putting some more stake into, and that Elon Musk is secretly a superhero. Hear me out. We all know Twitter is bad for your mental health. Think about it, right? Mark Zuckerberg, right? He has Facebook, Meta, whatever. Imagine Mark Zuckerberg falling on the sword and destroying Facebook and his entire wealth. You're not going to imagine that. Everyone and everyone's lives would be better if Facebook stopped existing, if Twitter stopped existing. So think about it. Maybe Elon Musk is secretly a superhero. He's destroying something that's toxic for our culture and for our mental health individually. He's destroying it. So think about it. I mean, whether intentional or not, whether he's doing it on purpose or by accident. He is still destroying a social media website that is a blight on our civilization. So I say this. I'm an Elon Musk fan. I mean, this is good shit. I see this stuff and I'm like, this is good shit. Elon Musk has announced Twitter's latest push to get people to pay $84 a year for the social network. Twitter will promote only paid subscribers' tweets, and non-subscribers will not be allowed to vote in polls. Here's the thing, though. What happens if I paid for Twitter Blue for 1 month? And let's say, like, I think of, like, hundreds of tweets, right? Just hundreds and hundreds of them. Like, I'm just like, you know, I use the scheduled tweets function, and I just think, like, you know, let's do 30 tweets a day, space them out by X amount of minutes. They're all bangers, right? They're all fucking... And I pay for Twitter Blue for 1 month. 1 month. And then, like, I unleash the bangers, right? Boom, boom, boom. Every 12 minutes. Bam! Wow! Retweet! Like. And then I gain a lot of followers from having paid for Twitter and being in the For You and all that. And then I stop paying for Twitter. This is my idea. I'm just saying, $12, whatever it is. Pay $12, post all your bangers, get a couple thousand followers off of it, and then stop paying. Probably not going to do that, but it's something I thought about. Twitter's For You tab, the first screen that users see when they open the app. I noticed, by the way, that when you do the refresh on the phone app, it automatically just goes to the other tab. So whenever I'm on the real Twitter, right, and I just refresh it, it will just switch to the For You window just automatically. I didn't push that. I didn't swipe left. I never, but it does it anyway. That means it can surface tweets from people that you don't follow. The For You tab will soon only recommend people who pay for Twitter, the premium Twitter Blue service. Starting April 15, only verified accounts will be eligible to be in the For You recommendations, he announced in a tweet. This is the only realistic way to address advanced AI bot swarms taking over. That doesn't happen. That's the other thing. Like, this is like, we've reached like Trumpian levels of delusion here. And I know Elon doesn't actually believe it in the same way that well, actually, I don't know if Donald Trump like believes his fucking lies. But I maybe Elon also believes it. I don't know. But this fucking advanced AI bot swarms, like, what? Okay, so if you don't force people to pay for Twitter to get in the For You tab, Skynet is gonna unleash like a swarm of like fucking nanobot locusts on the front. Like, what? AI bot swarms? Oh, Jesus. But that's the thing, like, Elon Musk says some, like, buzzword, like, advanced buzzword. AI! Whoa! AI! Woo! AI! Ah! Bots! Bot swarms! Like, it's all buzzwords. It doesn't mean anything. None of that means anything. But people will lick this shit out of his fucking, like, out of his asshole. Like the shit will go out of his ass, and it will be, like, perfectly immediately enveloped in the tongues of these freaks, right? Like, again, like, he just says things without any logical coherence to them. AI bot swarms, like, are you gonna tell us what the fuck that is? Of course not. But then everyone's like, oh, AI bot swarms, like, oh my god, this is another good one. Okay, it is otherwise a hopeless losing battle. Voting in polls will require verification for the same reason. So you're not allowed to vote in Twitter polls unless you pay Twitter. But why is that? Because Elon posted a poll saying, should I step down as CEO? And it was like, what, 60-something% said yes. Step the fuck down, bitch. And now, 6 months later, I think that was in October, wasn't it? It was a long time ago now. 6 months later, or 4 or 5, I don't fucking know. He's like, well, now, in order to vote in polls, you need to pay me personally. Like, okay, what if I just want to poll my audience on Twitter, hey, what should I eat for dinner? should I fucking make risotto or should I fucking just make a salad? And then I get 2 fucking votes because no one can vote in my poll. Hey, what should I stream today? On twitch.tv, Resident Evil or Doom? And I get 1 vote because no one fucking subscribes. Like, what the fuck, man? 99% of Twitter polls are just like, hey, what pizza topping should I get? Hey, what fucking restaurant should I go to? Hey, should I get McDonald's or Wendy's? That's 99% of Twitter polls, man. And this guy, because he got so fucking triggered that he lost a fucking stupid poll that he didn't have, it was non-binding. He lost the stupid fucking poll. He got so triggered, he's gonna destroy the whole fucking website because he got triggered that he lost the poll. But again, this is why Elon Musk, regardless of his intentions, actions always mean more than intentions. Right? The road to hell, paved with good intentions, blah, blah. But regardless of that, low-key, Elon Musk is a superhero because he's destroying Twitter, and Twitter's bad for our mental health anyway. So I say that. Net positive on Elon Musk's latest Twitter agenda. Good job, Chief. Keep at it. God damn. Stupid motherfuckers. I hope everyone is enjoying the day. This show is over, at least the news portion. The show is over before it even began. Like it just started and it's already over. I know. I will be doing a Resident Evil 4 2023 stream on twitch.tv. So if anyone wants to watch that, I'll be live in maybe an hour. I like to go for a walk after my show, so sometimes I go for a longer walk, sometimes I don't. I don't know. Yeah, that's right. I have verified followers. I'm famous. That's right. I get followed by blue checks. Oh, if anyone wants to hire me for voice acting, I accept. Hit me up. But anyway, yeah, so this program is over. There's a March for Our Lives protest on the 31st, so there you go. So go march for our lives, everybody. I went to a couple of those, and nothing happened. So I know. Well, my protest days, unless it's like a protest that's very close to me in geography, and an important subject matter, right? So, you know, I've demonstrated this before. But I'm not going to be going to any fucking mainstream protests. You know, I'm done with that. I'm done with mainstream protests. You know, and I consider March for Our Lives like, what am I going to go there? I'm going to risk getting COVID just to get a photo op, and then no one's going to do anything. So I mean, but I know. I'm negative Nancy. Everything's bad. That's just the mood I'm in. You know, every once in a while I come on here and say everything will be great. But currently, so, but I don't know, man. But yeah, keep me posted on that. I hope it goes well. The singing portion of the show is very abrupt. You know, it's randomized. You never really know when that's going to happen. Mojo, you better fucking hurry up and beat the game, you motherfucker. Because I'm going to be streaming that shit in around an hour. What if we bought land together? So this is something that I have put some thought into. I want to look up, like, you can find like a list of towns that have like a low ass population, right? So if I ever became, like, we're talking about rich, you know, like I have a lot of money, right? Like, let's say 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I would buy up an entire town. An entire town. I would buy it up. What does that mean? I'd buy every property that's for sale. Just pick a town. Any town in America. Right? It has to have a local government. You buy all the politicians. This is what I would do. If you give me however many millions of dollars is required, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, this is what I would do, okay? I would buy a town, buy all the politicians, get them to pass my preferred laws locally, right? You know how some towns, and if you could buy up a whole county, right? Then you get the county commissioners as well that you can bribe. Buy a whole county. Legalize drugs. Step 1, legalize drugs. Step 2, essentially, what we need to do is pass all kinds of reforms, like put homeless people in hotels, 100% tax rate on anyone that makes over X amount of dollars, just in a localized setting. County, maybe if it's in like a rural area and there's not many people, whole county-wide, citywide, something like that. Just buy up all the empty properties, right? Go knock on people's doors. Say, hey, I'm going to buy your house. You get to live here for free. I'm not going to be a landlord. You can live here for free. No rent payments. It's just, I'm going to buy your house and we're going to fucking just buy the whole town. Then I'm going to run for mayor. All right, check this out. After I move in all of my audience. This is why I need the YouTube subscribers. You can't do this if you just have money. You need to have fame too, right? So I get a 1 million YouTube subscribers. They're all coming in. So all the empty houses. Again, you don't displace anybody, but all the empty houses, you just bring on all your friends, right? You buy that lot, the empty lot, build a fucking apartment complex, house all the homeless people, house your friends, right? You just build more, and then boom, you got a whole city. They all love you. They all vote for you as mayor. You get to do whatever the fuck you want, and you get to reshape the laws, and you get to use the taxes from that fucking city to actually benefit the city instead of other stupid ass bullshit that they spend it on now. So that's what I would do if I ever became rich. So yes, I have thought about that. So, but you gotta be rich enough, right? You gotta be rich enough that you're able to actually foot the bill. Because you don't want to have, like, people base their lives around something and then the fucking bubble pops, right? Because that's not good for anybody. So what I'm saying is you got to create circular spending going on. And yeah, we'd all be there. We'd all smoke weed all day. You want to drink in public? Feel free. Maybe we'll do something crazy and ban kids county-wide. No kids in this county. You got kids? Take the long route. Anyway. There's my little Minecraft server fantasy. Anyway, that's it for me today. I will stream later if you want to watch that. That's cool. If not, oh well. And thank you all for watching my program. I do enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that people watch it. I don't necessarily enjoy the program. I mean, I enjoy it most of the time, but but that's it. That's the show. I mean, I could keep talking, and in fact, maybe I will keep talking for an amount of time. Yeah.